just a few of the many, have been so inspiring. And I think you're just fantastic role models for 4-Hers across New Jersey and kids all over. But certainly, the projects you've been working on and the way you've been working on those projects really just speak to the foundations of the 4-H program. By focusing on kids' interests and engaging them in areas that they're already interested in, and then doing hands-on experiential learning, that's what 4-H is all about. And we're so excited to see how successful your club has been, not only here in Robbinsville and Mercer County, but obviously by expanding your borders and reaching out to creating new programs in other states and even other countries. And partnerships are just so important in terms of growing and learning and expanding and reaching new audiences. And I congratulate you all on doing that. You mentioned you've been taking advantage of lots of 4-H opportunities, and I want to encourage you to keep on doing that. There is so much out there in 4-H, and I am so pleased that your club has been doing so much. I just got an email from one of my colleagues at the University of Massachusetts about many of you participating in the career exploration event with one of the UMass microbiologists. So keep up the good work and take advantage of those 4-H opportunities that expand even far beyond the walls of Rutgers. I just want to thank, while I have a chance, all of your dedicated adult volunteer leaders who make your club possible. So thank you very much, leaders. And thank you, parents, for getting your kids to the meetings, even virtual ones, every week. That's awesome. And we could not do this without you for sure. So I just want to wish you all a wonderful, successful Maker Fair. And again, thank you for inviting me. I look forward to hopping on throughout the weekend and seeing your projects. So thank you and congratulations, Innovation Club members. Great job.
Thank you so much. We are also honored to have Assemblyman Daniel Benson with us, an environmental champion who has prioritized investing in our communities to create economic opportunities, improving our overall quality of life and making New Jersey more affordable for seniors and working families. We would like you to speak a few words, sir. He's also from the Rutgers family.
Yes, as a Rutgers alum, very, very proud of that. And I'm just very proud of each and every one of you. Roshini and Sume, thanks so much for inviting me. Being able to transform this into a virtual Makers Fair, I think, is just a wonderful way of making lemonade out of lemons during this terrible pandemic, but still finding a way to tie it back to improving the world around us using STEM. And as a person who comes from the STEM world, my undergraduate was in physics. My graduate work at Rutgers was in science policy. I think this is using STEM to improve our quality of life and to find solutions to some of the most vexing problems we're facing in society today, including during this pandemic. I think it's just so thank you. And again, on behalf of New Jersey, congratulations. And I wish you a wonderful fair.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, it's our pleasure to introduce Mr. Dave Freed, the mayor of Robbinsville since 2005. Mayor Freed's commitment to economic growth is balanced by his attention to quality of life and recreation. He is also a successful businessman and entrepreneur. We would greatly appreciate it if you could deliver a few inspiring words to our club.
Sure, and I have to say I'm joining you from the municipal building here in Robbinsville, and my friend, the Assemblyman Dan Benson, clearly has a better location after seeing him in his Zoom meeting. Personally, I just want to thank you all for inviting me to share a few moments with you. I want you to know on behalf of myself and the town council that we're proud of you. I want you to know, and you really do need to thank your parents for giving you the opportunity, also for choosing Robbinsville to live, and also providing the opportunities for our youth. The youth is the future, and STEM learning is absolutely positively the future, and something that we're passionate about here in Robbinsville. Out-of-the-box thinking is something that we continue to do here in Robbinsville. We've got the first training simulator legislator and we think about some of the strife that's happening around the world right now with policing, we have one of the only training simulators to talk about how to de-escalate and how to stop violence and how to train our police officers in a way that doesn't happen anywhere else, using real-life simulation so that they can get the training that they need. And this outside-the-box thinking was done from STEM learning. We also have the only, and this I think is important considering 4-H's roots in agriculture, we've got the only hydroponic farm in the state of New Jersey, right here in Robbinsville. And if those of you who haven't seen it, I invite you to please come take a tour of that facility and see how technology and farming has worked together to not only provide food for our seniors and those who are on Wheels, but we also provide thousands of heads of lettuce to the undernourished here in Mercer County. We've got a number of food deserts, and we provide that food to them every week. Again, using volunteers, using technology in a way that most people never thought possible, that we would have a farm that generates about the equivalent of an 11-acre farm producing every week in a parking space right here in the senior center. So this type of outside the box thinking is what I'm hopeful for each and every one of you, because you're the future. You're the ones who are going to come up with the next big thing. And I really appreciate and encourage you the fact that you had the fortitude to continue on with this program. I know how difficult it is in this day and age with everything that's happened with COVID and not being able to be in person with people. But the idea that you were able to use technology to continue this program and to have this event today is something that I'm very, very proud of you for doing. And I'm glad that you did it. And I hope that it is everything that you hoped it would be. And on my last note, I know we've had a little talk about Rutgers, but let's not also forget about Rowan. As a Rowan grad, it's right here in Glassboro, New Jersey. So thank you all for having me. We're really, really proud of you, and have a great day today.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We are now pleased to welcome Mr. Chad Ripperger, the County Extension Department Head of the Cooperative Extension of Mercer County Personnel. We would like to ask you to say a couple words.
Sure. Thank you, Sumi and Roshini. I'm very excited about the weekend event. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you present your projects throughout the weekend. I just want to take a few minutes to publicly thank the club for everything that you've done for Mercer County 4-H over the last couple of years. When I was hearing your description of the history of the club, it's hard to believe that it's only been a couple of years, because I feel like your contributions really reflect 5 years of work. And we're just very excited here at the Rutgers Cooperative Extension 4-H in Mercer County to be able to work with all of the youth that are involved in the club. So with that, I brought along a few photos I wanted to be able to share with everyone that might not be as familiar with the club and your partnership here in Mercer County. So I'm going to share my screen. And I think this picture here that I'm starting with speaks a lot to what we try to do within the 4-H program. And this is from a year ago, your in-person technology camp that you led for children from throughout the Trenton area. And then it's hard to capture what 4-H is all about in one slide, but this is our best attempt at doing that. And I just really briefly want to talk about 4-H in a nutshell. So on the left-hand side here, we see what 4-H does. And basically, we put caring adults in contact with young people that share an interest. The interest here is STEM and innovation. And we create these safe, supportive environments where you guys are able to learn new information and gain skills. Not only gain those skills, but have lots of opportunities to practice those skills and put them in action. And as you can see there, that other box there is we create meaningful leadership opportunities for all of you. So that's what you're going to see in the slides that I'm going to show. It's young people who share an interest coming together on a regular basis. You guys meet weekly and developing skills with the support of caring adults. And then taking what you've learned and putting it into action in your community. So we like to call the 5 C's or what the outcomes of 4-H. So if you do all of that stuff that I just mentioned, like you guys do so well, then the young people are connected to their community, connected to each other, connected to mentors. They grow in their confidence. They're so competent in the skills and the STEM, the technology, and then they care to share that with the community. And so then that's the most important C is the contribution to your community. So that's what I'm going to share with you here with a few pictures. As you said, you got started when we invited you to present at the Mercer County 4-H Fair at Howe Farm. And you guys brought all of your super cool projects and you demonstrated them to about 5,000 people throughout the weekend. And we're looking forward to getting back to being able to do that in person. It's great that your club, you have so many young people and they all pitch in, they all get everything set up, they all bring their projects, and then they all share them with the public and they educate the public on all of the topics that we know are so important. It's a great opportunity to practice your speaking skills, your demonstration skills, and just to meet new people and interact with the public in such a positive way. So the next opportunity that you guys really grabbed a hold of, and you can see Roshni and Sumi in these pictures, they are actually teaching. I think they were like just going into their sophomore year at this point, but they were teaching other high school students from throughout the state of New Jersey at our Rutgers 4-H STEM Ambassador program on campus. So I think it's you guys at such a young age have so much poise and maturity and so many skills, and it was wonderful that you guys were able to share what you know about STEM to this group. So the next thing, we were like, well, that went really well, so why not run a camp? So a lot of times camps are organized by just adults, but we kind of flip it around a little bit with this, and we have the Robbinsville 4-H Innovation Club plan the camp, organize the camp, get the materials, map out what they're doing every day, implement the camp, and I get the pleasure of being in the back of the room and watching it in action. And here you can see them leading the projects with children from Children's Home Society in Trenton who thoroughly enjoy everything that you've done for them. And by being at camp myself, I get to learn a lot too. So then the issue, as we all know, with COVID is we had to figure out how to carry on without being in person. And I just want to commend this club for embracing that challenge and meeting it head on and doing such a great job. So a very similar camp to what you just saw that they did in 2019. They completed last month, 100% remote using Zoom technology. So you can see the club members very effectively leading a similar group of 20 kids, using breakout rooms, having a couple of teens in each breakout room with a smaller group of kids, doing hands-on activities through this technology. So just a few photos. It seems like all of our photos of 4-H these days are screenshots. I just, once again, I want to commend the club for doing such a great job. They were troubleshooting as they went throughout the week. They were developing videos to demonstrate how to do things. They were so supportive of the younger youth that were involved, and they did such a great job. And then that takes me back to this slide, and there's so much going on in this slide. There's the young people learning from all of you. There's all of your teens and senior members getting an opportunity at leadership and learning all of those skills that we know are so important. So once again, we really appreciate everything that you've done, everything that you've done to support all of our efforts here in Mercer County 4-H. And I'm definitely going to be watching your presentations as we go throughout the weekend. So thank you and best of luck on a wonderful Maker Fair.
Thank you, Mr. Chad, for making a slideshow and taking your time. Next to introduce Ms. Jeanette Ray Geewood, the president of New Jersey's Association of 4-H Agents at the Rutgers New Jersey Agriculture Experiment Station. We would gladly appreciate for you to say a couple words.
Thank you, my pleasure. I appreciate this great honor to be part of the Robbinsville Innovation 4-H Maker Fair. Thanks to each of you that joined this event for the weekend, and thank you to Sumi and Rashinia, as well as the Robbinsville Club leaders, officers, and other members who coordinated this exciting opportunity to showcase your innovation, your inventions, and your creative minds. It's simply amazing that you have brought together youth and adults from New Jersey, Virginia, Massachusetts, and India. Welcome, everyone. I have really enjoyed working with Sumi and Rashini in various programs, state-level programs, including the Leadership for Life program, the Congressional Awards program, as well as the Youth in Action Awards program, which is a national program. And I want to base my comments on a quote from John Quincy Adams. And I could share my screen. Maybe that would work. So his quote is, maybe this won't work. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And I just think that that is where we want to be in the future. We want our youth to be part of, and I need to stop sharing my screen because I'm having trouble with it. We want youth to be part of the future. We want them to have an opportunity to dream more. And I'm going to encourage all of our youth to dream, always dream. You can never stop dreaming. Use creativity in everything you do, set goals for the future, and work toward accomplishing them. And I've really had a pleasure to work with Rashini and Sumi in setting goals for their Congressional Awards program and the Leadership for Life program. Learn more, never stop learning. None of us can ever stop learning, even as adults. Rachel, Chad, and I have been involved in a lot of professional development opportunities as we continue to learn how to better serve the youth of the New Jersey 4-H program and across the nation. So 4-H members and others, take advantage of every learning opportunity that 4-H offers. The do more, again, take advantage of every opportunity that you can. The 4-H Youth Development Program provides a host of educational opportunities and experiences on your club level, and the club, the Robbinsville 4-H Club, has done just amazing things. Your county level, the state level, the national level, and the international level. We have many 4-H opportunities that you can participate in, and the 4-H members that are joining this event from Virginia and Massachusetts, please be aware that your state does also have some of these opportunities. And I want to just mention them. I said the New Jersey Leadership for Life program. We also have a brand new Rutgers 4-H launching into leadership. There are several national summits, including the STEM Summit, the Agri-Science Summit, Healthy Living and Photography, our National Citizenship Washington Focus, Leadership Washington Focus Conference, National 4-H Congress, National 4-H Conference. And if you want to learn more about any of these opportunities, please visit the New Jersey 4-H website. At the bottom, the third from the bottom, there's a Teen tab, and it'll have a description of all of those opportunities that you can take advantage of. And please feel free to call or email me for more information. So the next topic of the quote from John Quincy Adams: inspire others and lead in the future. As the Robbinsville mayor stated, youth are the future. Yes, each of you are our future, and we are excited that you are going to lead us to great things. 4-H grows true leaders, and I encourage all of you, regardless of where you live, to take advantage of opportunities, take advantage of 4-H experiences. The 4-H experiences, like the ones that you're having in your 4-H club, are helping to develop your career interests, possibly, but also, as many have mentioned, life skills, including leadership and public speaking and critical thinking and decision making, and many others that will help you be successful in the future. I want to just end with this quote. Innovation is the change that unlocks new value. I think it just kind of fits the topic of the weekend. And I want to thank you for allowing me to chat with you for a couple of minutes, and have a great day and enjoy the Maker Fair this weekend. Thank you, and take care, everyone.
Now to introduce Dr. S. Sudhakar Reddy, the principal of JB Institute of Engineering and Technology, located in Hyderabad, India. We would like you to speak a couple words. Also, he is the mentor to one of our club mentors, Ram Prasad.
Hi guys, a warm welcome to all the participants. At the outset, I thank Hi guys. Hi guys.
Yeah, hi. Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yeah, please. Yeah, you're good. Please go ahead.
Hi. Hello, Abhay. A warm welcome to all the participants. At the outset, I thank Robbinsville Innovation Club for giving me the opportunity of being a guest speaker and with you all on the occasion of Robbinsville Innovation Virtual Maker 2020. Being an industry educator, I am keen on learning the new Industrial 4.0 technologies and educating my fellow students to nurture their skills in the areas of Industrial 4.0 technologies in this turbulent new era. Yeah, I would like to share some of my thoughts in this regard. Firstly, I believe innovation is the key part for any company to grow from a startup to a renowned company. Therefore, every entrepreneur or owner or CEO of any company has to do the market research and understand market dynamics to apply his business strategies to be successful in one's new venture. Secondly, one has to build a perfect ecosystem for the new projects or ventures and optimize the resources for overall growth. An ecosystem is the key creativity and innovations. Thirdly, I believe adapting to the suitable ever-changing technologies is the key aspects in ensuring growth of the new ventures. New technologies is not only make the day-to-day life easier, but also bring in innovations in our business process and products. Fourthly, I believe in consultation, which means consulting the industry leaders, business leaders, economists, friends, and mentors for perfect community connect to discover the pros and cons in consulting each other, and then finalize the daily decisions shaping nearby future of the new ventures. Lastly, I believe to be creative, one has to be open-minded and eager to try out the things differently. In a nutshell, one has to stay hungry and stay foolish, which means one has to have a desire of success and ready to try out different things to achieve. I thank the Robbinsville team for organizing such a mega Makers Fair in the weekend. Such young kids are actively involved with the STEM concepts and innovative clubs and exploring the various innovative ideas in this age so as to have a better future. Any ideas, new concepts, innovative thinking and problem-solving skills. These are the desired requirements for Industry 4.0. So at this age, Youth for Development, you are doing all these innovative products. I happy to see all the, the participants and the students who spend a lot of time in making various key products by assembling the various products using the microprocessor controls or using some drone technology. So this is the way which gives an opportunity to exchange your thoughts or concepts or ideas among the fellow members. I wish the team and the Robbinsville Innovation 4H Club, the co-founder and vice president, I wish all the best and a bright future for all the participants. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Now we would like to introduce Dr. Andrei Jedispov. He is a professional entrepreneur with over 25 years of experience in international business development, global fundraising, and nonprofit management. Earlier in his career, Dr. Jedispov served in the U.S. Department of Commerce and also managed his own boutique business where he developed solutions for multiple national and international clients. He is also a published author. We would appreciate it if you could speak a few words.
Yeah, hi. Hello, everyone. And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we can
Excellent.
hear you.
Thank you so much for inviting me to speak at the forum. And I just wanted to share a few brief remarks about Vicente Ferrer Foundation USA and our small team. And I really love what Janet just said, that innovation is a change that unlocks the new value. I want to talk about a little bit how we can help you, all participants of this fair, to take this opportunity and actually lead some projects in India. And so I'm just going to share my screen and get the presentation, very brief presentation about VFF USA. Vicente Ferrer Foundation USA was founded about 8 years ago, and our mission, just like mission of our implementing partner Rural Development Trust, is to eradicate poverty in rural India. And we do it through the empowering local communities. Basically, we are creating that change, we're creating that dialogue and learning as much as we can from local communities, how can we make their life better, one village at a time. Our founder, Vicente Ferrer, and you can see here on the left, his son, Moncho Ferrer, who is actually president of the board of the Vicente Ferrer USA Foundation USA. He said many beautiful things, but I love his quote about poverty is not here to be understood, but to be resolved. He knew that we need to do in action. You know, someone has to come with a great idea and then try to do as much as he or she can with what they have. And that's why I'm just going to ask all the young participants in this group to think about what can you do in rural India with us. Is there any project or technology that you would like to share with your peers or help us to resolve one small problem? And I will share in the end of my presentation our announcement about a new pilot project with the Robbinsville Innovation Club, and we're very excited about it. But I just very happy to share what we do already especially in the education field. Education is one of the sectors we support here in the US, and we have over 100 donors who are supporting different projects, and some of them might seem very simple, but I'm sure you've heard this statement that most elegant solutions are very simple. For example, bicycle for education project. This is the project that came again from the observation, and people at the RDT, our staff, are so knowledgeable with learning from the community, those important details. How can you make the project work? So they found out that many children in the remote villages cannot reach their schools because they have to walk 1 or 2 kilometers to get to their school. And so we decided that we will supply them with bicycles. And so we work with our partners at RDT to provide those bicycles to kids. And that alone allowed us to ensure 100% graduation rate in the school. And so it's just amazing what can be done with this just a small and simple project. But we have, as I said, we have so many donors in the United States supporting this project, and it's been extremely successful. We have another, this is the example of, of the bicycles that were distributed by the RDT. And I had a chance to visit Anantapur about a year ago before the COVID craziness. And I'm so happy I was there because I was so inspired. Again, going back to Jeanette's quote, you have to be able to inspire people because talent is everywhere the same. But, the kids like that, as you can see in the picture, they just don't have resources. And we are trying to connect the dots with the partnership like with the Robbinsville Innovation Club. We're trying to channel all this beautiful potential from the United States to help out the kids out there in India to realize their potential. So these are the bicycles were provided by US sponsors. And in fact, I actually borrowed one of the bicycles and I had a nice round around the village with this with the beautiful children there. Another program we are very proud of is Sponsor a Child program, which supports a child and also the whole community in a particular village. And so US sponsors can basically support 1 or 2 or more children. And the impact is just incredible. Again, it's just for the $29 a month, you support not just the child, but the whole community. And I will tell you the great examples. We had one gentleman who was sponsored, and then he decided to dedicate his life to arts. And so because of that sponsorship, he was able to graduate from the university and pursue this passion. And then most recently, he received the most prestigious award for his initiative to actually paint murals depicting different methods to be cautious around COVID-19. So basically, the artistic way of sharing with his community, how can you prevent COVID from spread? So this is just one simple example, but very powerful. And another success story is that most of the children who were sponsored by this program are also sponsoring other children in other communities. So I was able to meet, as you can see in the picture, with some of the parents and the children, and it's just they are so grateful to all the partners of this program. I have another impression from my visit to India. When I visited the Bukharaya village, and this village, if you don't know, is actually the place for where the Satya Nadella coming from, the family of the current CEO of Microsoft. They are so incredibly proud of that connection. And we have a school, RDT built a school there. So when I was meeting with kids there and I was asking them, who are their role models? What do you want to achieve? They said, we want to be like Satya. We want to have more of our peers coming and seeing us. We want to see more of the Indian Americans to inspire us. We want to talk and interact and develop joint projects. So I think that our discussion today hopefully will lead to that. But this is a great example of the power of inspiration. And in terms of how can you help us, I would say that if you could check on our websites what we do and approach us and say that if you're interested in a particular sector or particular project, we will be very happy to work with you as a volunteer, and we can find you a counterpart in India and connect you. Because the reason for our participation here today is to announce about our partnership with the Robbinsville Innovation Club. We're signing memorandum of understanding that the first program, which will be providing the technical curriculum to our inclusive development schools in 5 villages. This program will help to provide the professional skills that many of the children in India need to find a job or to learn it for the future. So we are very excited. I know that my colleagues will share more of details about this program, and this is just one example of a pilot we can do together. And so I will pass the microphone to the next speaker. But I just want to say that I invite you to connect with us and tell us if you are interested in any particular sector which I just mentioned, and I would love to work with you all together to inspire the new generation of Indian leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for speaking. Next, we would like to introduce Mr. Sagar Murthikarnam. Mr. Sagar Murthikarnam works in Rural Development Trust, RDT, and works directly with the communities in rural areas. He also served as regional director for Urvakonda region and as director habitat sector. Along with that, he is also actively involved in disaster management programs across India. Mr. Sagar Murthikarnam we would appreciate it if you would speak a few words.
Good morning, great ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you very much, Robbinsville Innovation Club, for giving me this opportunity to participate in this event. Are you hearing me, please? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. So let me take this opportunity to introduce our organization. It is the Rural Development Trust, otherwise known as RDT, which was founded by Mr. Vincent Ferrer and his wife, Mrs. Anne Ferrer, in the year 1969 in India. The main objective of the founders is to improve the quality of life of the poor and needy people in the rural areas. Since then, we have been relentlessly working in the field of education, women empowerment, disability inclusive development, community health, rural hospitals, habitat, and ecology, and sustainable livelihoods. Currently, we are operational in more than 3,700 villages across 2 states, which are called Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in India. Mainly, we are supported by Spain. Recently, we started one of our arms in US in Washington, DC. Just now, Dr. Andrew spoke to you. So Dr. Andrew is the executive director of Vincent Ferrer Foundation, VFF. He is looking after all the program activities in US. So then concerning education, we are very much focusing on education since beginning. When our founders started this organization, the enrollment rate of the rural poor children was only 8%, you can imagine. And today, after working for 50 years, the enrollment rate has gone up to 100%, and retention is also enormously increased. Now there is no much problem for us to focus on the primary school. But together with the primary school education, we are focusing on the higher professional education program. Every year, we are taking 400 meritorious students from Standard 10, and we are supporting them to complete their professional education either in engineering or in medicine for 6 years. And after completion of this course, several students have got secured good and very respectable jobs in many cities, in MNCs in India, as well in abroad, and including US. This is one of the successful programs that I can say. But I'd like to take 2 minutes time to explain one case study about Mr. Devendra Nayak. Mr. Nayak is a tribal boy who born in a very remote, small tribal settlement. His parents are illiterates. They are the agri laborers. But he has a passion of going to school, educating himself, and his passion is to become the doctor. So after completion of his 10th standard, we supported him to complete his medicine. After completion of the graduation with our support, he got seat in prestigious institution called Indian Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS in Delhi. He did post-graduation over there in Delhi, and now he is employed there. The story is not ended with this. Because of his passionate education and he became the doctor, the whole family is transformed. The whole family life conditions are changed. The quality of life is changed. Like this, thousands of students' lives are changed after they undergo this higher education program. In addition to that, we recently started a school called Professional School to improve the employability among the rural graduates. One of the problems for the rural graduates is they have a graduation, but they lack a lot of skills. They don't have articulation skills. They don't have soft skills. They don't have computer skills. They don't have communication skills. That's why they are not able to secure the jobs in the multinational companies. So we offer them 1-year residential course wherein they can choose one of the 3 languages, either Spanish or German or French. Together with these languages, we also teach other soft skills. I can say that after completion of this course, 98% of the students, they got good jobs and they are settled down in many cities across the country. Apart from that, under this Disability Inclusive Development program, we are running schools for children with disabilities. Who are they? They are visually impaired children. They are the children with speech and hearing impairment. They are the children with intellectual disability. They are the children with cerebral palsy. We have been giving good education for all these children, and it is helping them to transform themselves. And they are able to get a good value in the family and in the society. Dr. Ferrer was always telling that comprehensive education is a means for change and transformation. That's what we still believe on it. So now what we are looking for is improving the job-oriented skills for our students. Because most of the students are from the rural areas, they lack a lot of skills. So we are looking for job-oriented skills, and we would like to make them independent entrepreneurs. That's why this time, this is the first time that we are collaborating with the Robbinsville Innovation Club to improve their job skills, to provide employable skills, and to make them more the entrepreneurs, for which we are so thankful to the club. And my special thanks to Roshni and Sumedha in this regard. Okay, then regarding this program with Robbinsville, first we start with, as Andrew said, we start with children with disabilities, and that is not the end, that's only the beginning. And afterwards, we would like to bring more students into the network, and we would like to give more skills to the more students seeking education in different capacities. So at the conclusion, I would like to wish a grand success of this Makers Fair. And thank you once again to everyone who are participating in this program. And my special thanks to Roshni and Sumedha. Thank you very much. And now, one moment I have forgotten to say. Now our intention is through our office in Washington, DC, through our VFF, we would like to reach out to the more Americans. So this is one opportunity that we would like to talk to you. So as Andrew said, if someone is interested, please contact Mr. Andrew. So he will be with you, and he will contact you for further partnerships. So we would like to have more partnerships, more relationship with American market. So thank you once again. Thanks to all.
Thank you. Now we are honored to introduce Mr. Hari Epanapalli, who serves as the chairman of the board of the CIC Group Quibble Genomics Institute and is a co-founder of the GITA Fund. He's also the founding board member and serves as the vice president of the Financial Policy Council, a think tank organization with a mission to connect Wall Street, Main Street, and Washington to promote entrepreneurship. We would like to ask you to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that graceful introduction. It's wonderful to see you all and talking about transforming the lives of the people with employable skills. And 4-H Club is wonderfully doing their job successfully here in the US as well as abroad. So I represent the Lead India Foundation, which was initiated by the 11th President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So the Lead India movement focuses on transforming the youth into responsible citizens and engage them in developing the nation. Lead India Foundation USA is a brainchild of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's Vision 2020 and founded with a mission to provide affordable quality healthcare, affordable quality education, preserve and protect this planet for future generations, and develop spiritual families to establish peace and harmony in the society. The Vision 2020's primary focus is providing urban amenities in rural areas, actually. And that has got 4 pillars: electronic connectivity, health connectivity, education connectivity, and grid independent energy connectivity, which will lead into financial connectivity and develop the nation holistically. Reduce the migration of rural population into urban areas. And looking at the statistics of India, so about 65% of them are below 35 years, 55% are below 25 years, and 35% of them are below 15 years. The average age of working Indian projected by 2020 will be 29 years, and every 1 in 5 working in the world will be of Indian origin. So Dr. Kalam has seen this, forecasted this a long time ago during his presidency in 2002 to 2007. And he created this transformation program, a value-based leadership training program to transform the youth into responsible citizens. If not, he felt it will be disaster to India and rest of the world. And just to bring you to the focus on the need of today is looking at the COVID numbers this morning. The world has reached about close to 25 million people affected with COVID, about close to 850,000 people dead, especially in the US, about 6 million people are affected and 185 million people are dead. And India stands in the 3rd position after Brazil, about 3.5 million people with 63,000 people dead. So this is an adversity that we are going, but it has opened up a lot of opportunities for organizations like 4H and Lead India and various other NGO organizations, the use of technology. So also on the economy side, it is projected about $82 trillion will be the effect of COVID over the next 5 years. And cities, especially in the developing countries, will be hit hard. And 2 out of every 5 jobs lost may not come back. So they needed a lot of skilling and reskilling and upskilling in order to employ them again. And the reduced liquidity and borrowing costs will be affected. On the technology side, healthier digital lifestyle, regulatory barriers will fall, a boon to virtual reality, an opportunity for innovation. And the health and education side, rise in telemedicine and rise in virtual online education. And the governments will become big pharmas and science will come back, and for a lot of research need to happen. Governments will become virtual assemblies, parliament, congressional sessions, and big governments make a comeback. Inequality gap widens in the society, and that will lead into political uprising. Electronic voting by mail also is a norm, and revived trust in institutions and online transactions will be the way to go, because a lot of online activities happening. And lifestyle point of view, virtual office, virtual education will be a reality, less communal dining, parties and workplaces of worships, and a big impact on active life and health. So there's a lot of more activity we need to develop. And the positive side is its environment is very clean and the water is very clean. Rivers are flowing very nicely. Again, coming back to the impact, according to the UNESCO estimate, about 1.5 billion people, students in 165 countries are affected with this. So we want to make sure that they are not losing hope. So we need to bring the industry 4.0 technologies into play, and 4-H clubs probably need to rethink, in addition to the RPA and various other things, what else can be done. Especially youth are undergoing a lot of stress and losing hope since schools and colleges are closed. Employment has become tough for those who qualified and who graduated. They need mentorship and guidance to boost their confidence levels and give them hope to show that the COVID it will pass and there is a bright future ahead of them so that they can pursue their passion and realize their dreams. And we all have to increase their confidence levels by offering various alternate ways of skilling and reskilling them. The dream of our mentor, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the former president of India, who's also a chief mentor for the Lead India movement, is to transform the youth into responsible citizens and engage them in developing the nation through a value-based leadership training program. And we've been doing this for the last 12 years, and we touched over 12 million people. And during this COVID, we're doing a series of webinars to engage more, not only in India, but other countries. So my take on this is we need to create innovative opportunities. The primary objective is to provide employable skills and retrain, reskill, and upskill, not just the teachers, but all the youngsters who's losing hope. And I put together like 8 different areas that we all can work together. There's artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, genetic testing, 5G technology, augmented and virtual reality, cybersecurity, autonomous vehicles, and smart cities. So these are the places where there's a lot of future because of the COVID. It has created an opportunity to provide different types of courses, different types of skills that are needed to Industry 4.0 requirements, because a lot of manpower requirement is needed in order to implement some of these things. And we already started this, but the COVID has accelerated, especially the artificial intelligence, the blockchain, genetic testing, 5G technology, augmented and virtual reality, cybersecurity, autonomous vehicles, smart cities. So the way we live in the future, because the COVID is one of the examples, but there could be something else that's coming up, and we need to prepare ourselves to equip with all the tools and the know-how necessary to face this kind of adversities in the future. I think I request the 4H Club look beyond the RPA and other areas to train the young minds, incorporate some of the futuristic technologies also that can make a difference and enable them to earn their living respectfully rather than getting depressed. I think I would like to thank Roshni and Sumila, Ram and Sukesh for giving me this opportunity. And we already created one club with the Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University in Hyderabad, which has got about 230 affiliated colleges. The announcement has taken place because of the COVID, it did not take off. And we look forward to working with the 4H Club in the Robbinsville to make sure that the students, when they come on board sometime in September, October timeframe, the colleges are going to open. So we'll initiate this and activate the club and engage the students in upskilling using the 4H methodology. Thank you so much, and look forward to hearing from the rest of the speakers.
We are pleased to welcome Mr. Parijat Bhattacharjee, who is the CEO of Equipo Health. Equipo Health's vision is to simplify care, delivering to empowering provider teams, patients through a care coordination platform. He is one of the first innovators of mobile health platforms of sleep apnea. We would like to ask you to speak a few words.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thanks 4H Club of Robbinsville, Roshni and Sumedha for inviting me to this fair. It gives me immense pleasure to come in front of you and share the podium with such eminent personalities and young stars. Congratulations to all the members of the club parents, mentors, and organizers who have come a long way. I learned about the growth path, and it's amazing. We are Equipo Health. I am the CEO of the company. Started this as a healthcare company based out of New Jersey, and we focused on improving care coordination between patients and healthcare providers. Besides working with healthcare systems in the US, we also work in close collaborations with universities. We are working with NYU on an NIH-granted project to improve the mental wellness of school teachers in Africa. Today, I would like to share with you my experiences in the healthcare industry and how things are rapidly changing very fast, right? So this, as you all know, this pandemic has brought a lot of adversity to our daily living and the way things work. But I believe with this adversity comes opportunity as well. For the past 6 months, I would say the front lines of this pandemic, healthcare organizations have faced abrupt changes. And these are sometimes very, very demanding. And it starts with expanding the digital healthcare services into the future. Digital healthcare services were not a result of COVID-19, but their prominence in healthcare increased quickly since the onset of this. There was difficulty in moving both patients and clinical workforce to adoption. I mean, we all know that we would very easily go to a doctor's office when in need, but we seldom use telemedicine. But now information such as sharing your personal data or sharing your health data has been a major accelerator. And this brings us to a lot of exciting opportunities, not only into care areas, but also in areas where device manufacturers have potential to provide better predictable data and better predictability to healthcare providers. So 3 things you may ask, what is changing? Number 1 is mobility. Especially with the onset of the pandemic, the industry has shifted a focus from being desktop computers and office-based technology to laptops and equipment that can work anywhere, right? You also need to focus on strong infrastructure. So as innovators, as people who are in the forefront of doing research, you guys have to think about how do we bring innovation as a service. If you can't bring innovation as a service, you will not be able to deliver your change. The second important thing is patient interaction. Earlier models where the patients would walk into the physician's office and physicians would be able to help the patients. But now it is moving towards more of a click and collect type of model to minimize the amount of interaction people will have. Healthcare orgs are aiming to make it easy to order routine drugs and other consumables for patient care, ideally having them delivered to your home, which was never heard of. And finally, the way we are working, the way we work now is looking at innovative technologies to solve for some of the healthcare activities that were previously required in-person interaction. Can we adopt artificial intelligence for image processing? A lot of research is already working on. Can we use machine learning to drive clinical algorithms and make decisions about patients and healthcare? Can we look at text data and interactions on WhatsApp or other modes of text communication to see if the patient is suffering a mental breakdown? So healthcare is looking at all this change, which currently operates in a very regular intervention model, to one that is being triggered by technology, which is running in the patient home. So the critical factor is patients or people or humans are very reluctant to go outside and do stuff, which was the norm before this pandemic. Now they would like to have those services delivered at their home. In the mobile device industry also, a lot of these changes are showing up. New stuff, like they are calling it, tech tattoos. Basically, you have a film on your skin that can collect data continuously. Two particular cases I can give you examples of. One is diabetes healthcare, and second is hypertension, which are the prevalent problems around the world, I would say, but more so in US. Devices are coming up. What they call is CGM, continuous glucose monitoring. These devices don't need a prick of a needle to get your blood sugar. They just need to be a patch that sits on your skin, and it provides continuous data to give you information about what's happening to your blood sugar levels. Similarly, the pacemakers, millions of people wear pacemakers, and these life-saving medical devices is essential to many, but comes with major inconvenience. You have to change the battery several years, and then you have to, it's a complicated surgical procedure. So now there are improvements in pacemaker technologies as well. Medtronic is one of the forefront companies doing this, where it is made MRI safe, and you can be able to, get the data remotely from the patient's device. And these are in the form of small kits. Some of, from Dartmouth College, some of the engineers have developed a kit at the size of a dime that could harness the kinetic energy of your heart to create and convert into a power to your pacemaker, so that the pacemaker can run for a long time. So yeah, so I would, in conclusion, I would say there are a lot of opportunities that are coming up around this adversity, and you guys have a great platform. The 4-H Club provides you a platform that develops your leaderships and entrepreneurship skills. You learn teamwork, how to overcome adversity, think out of the box, solve hard problems, and find ways to showcase your innovation. And I would encourage that if you have to take any takeaway from all this podium, it would be what I always keep saying is PPT. PPT is people, process, and technology. And that is how you create the ecosystem. In conclusion, wish you all a wonderful fair, and thanks again for inviting me.
Now to introduce Dr. Ganji Abaya, who is a current professor at JNTU in Kakinada, India. He is also a mentor to one of our club mentors, Ram Prasad, who has grown up looking up to him. And we would like you to speak a few words.
Hello, everyone, and good morning, everyone. First, I want to start my extending wishes and greetings to beautiful girls and young boys who are participating in this fair. You are the leaders in the making. Next, I want to extend my greetings and wishes to my co-guests and speakers. I have got the honor to share the dais with you all virtually. And I also extend my greetings to my previous colleague, Dr. Sudhakar Reddy. We had worked previously in India together. I want to extend my greetings and appreciation to all the people who are not seen on the screens. They are the people who have worked behind the screen to make this program a successful one. Those people include the parents. The most important person who has worked behind the screen is Ram Prasad, and I will be telling about him later. There is a famous quotation: if you want to inspire others, you inspire yourself first. There is a reason why I got a lot of inspiration, excitement, and enthusiasm to participate in this fair. Basically, I'm a teacher. I get a lot of satisfaction if I accomplish something. I get more satisfaction if my student accomplishes something. I get most satisfaction if the kids of my student accomplish something. The kids that I am mentioning about are Roshini and Ritika, who are the office bearers of 4-H Club. The student that I am mentioning is none other than Ram Prasad Bodicherla, and I am proud that I am teacher of Ram Prasad Bodicherla. The previous speakers also talked about motivating you. Even Ria Keywood mentioned about some good quotations to inspire you. I want to further inspire all of the kids with a story. All of you might have flown a kite. A boy was flying his kite, and the kite was in the sky, and he was holding a thread. His father was by his side, and the son asked his father, "Father, what makes the kite fly high?" The father said, "It is the thread." The boy got annoyed. He said, the thread is the cause for not making the kite to fly further high. The father wanted to teach a lesson to the kid. He cut the thread, and the kite has fallen on the ground. So the lesson that father wanted his son to learn is this: what we think that impedes us may not be that one that impedes. The thing that impedes us can be the one that makes us move. So we have to treat the obstacles as stepping stones for our growth. So I wish all the students will be presenting their projects successfully, and my advice to all the kids is be passionate about what you are doing and have a lot of fun in learning, and you will be successful and you will become great citizens for the world. I thank all the office bearers of 4-H Club for giving me the opportunity to be part of the fair and to share some of my ideas. Thank you all.
Thank you. We would now like to introduce Dr. Sanjeeva Sudhakar, who is a biomedical postdoc research scholar at the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Dr. Sanjeeva has spoken about the topic of how the diminutive zebrafish has a big impact on medical research during one of our club meetings. We would appreciate it if you could say a couple words.
Sure. Thank you for the kind introduction. I first thank the Robbinsville 4-H Club organizers for inviting me as a guest speaker to this innovation fair. I'm really so excited to be here today. As mentioned, I gave a presentation to the students a few months ago and introduced about the work we do in our research lab and how it benefits the general public. Even though they are just high school students, they were very enthusiastic to learn about the research. I know this because the questions they asked were very thoughtful and intellectual. So I was impressed to encounter such a high level of engagement from these young students. This is especially amazing because my first science project was done at the end of my bachelor's degree. But these kids are developing professional skills and working on projects at the high school level. Not just any projects, but projects that could simplify our lives by tackling everyday issues. I'm sure we'll see a lot of them during this two-day event. I really appreciate you all guys for choosing to do research at this young age. Research is important for life. In fact, everyone is born curious, and many of them will choose different paths, but it is important to have the right mentorship for being successful. And you people have an amazing supporting team, parents, and mentors here. Make full use of that. And remember, without research and innovation, we would not have the comforts we have today that we take for granted. Be it physics, chemistry, biology, or any other field, it is important to be curious. And with it, you can not only help yourselves, but also others. And one day, who knows, maybe you could change the world. I mean, how the world works, just like how the electricity and the internet has changed, beyond other innovations. And I appreciate everyone involved in this. It is not easy, I know, to sacrifice your weekends and all, a lot of free time to work on these projects. Not everyone can do it, but you guys are doing it, and you guys doing all the hard work. You might not know what that means to you now, but I'm sure as you grow, you will know. I'm confident these students will be creating a lot of success stories in the future. And lastly, it is not us who are an example. It is you guys who everyone should take as an example, because you've chosen the right path at a pretty early stage of life. This is incredible. And I feel proud to be a part of this club and wish this innovation fair a grand success. Thank you again. I'm looking forward to all the projects.
Thank you so much. Now we are pleased to welcome Dr. Mahendra Dewal. He is the founding member and the head of research and development at Expansion Technologies Incorporated. He has been kind enough to share his knowledge about COVID-19 during one of our virtual club meetings. We would like to ask you to say a couple words.
All right. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Not everyone. Good morning to all the guests, participants from the United States, and good evening to all the guests from India. First of all, I would like to thank Robbinsville 4-H Innovation Club members, volunteers, everybody for inviting me to share my thoughts today, especially Roshni and Sumedha. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your leadership. I'm looking forward more from you guys. And also, I would like to thank all the guests and participants patiently waiting until the last speaker to speak. This is the hard job. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. Just quickly, I'm going to share my thoughts and my experience interacting with the Robbinsville 4-H Club kids. And today, before I go ahead and share my thoughts, I would like to thank a few more people that I have learned a lot about these Robbinsville 4-H Club today from all the guest speakers, particularly Chad, with your visual treat. I have learned not only that the kids are learning, but also they're contributing to their neighboring society. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And also I have learned that from Audrey, Sagar Garu, and Hari Garu, that how they are influencing the kids all over the world, not only here in the US, but also remotely all over the world. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, including all the guest speakers. By profession, I'm a scientist. I usually develop novel technologies, and particularly we are working on developing early stage diagnostics for various different cancers using a novel technology called expansion microscopy. But presently, my lab is working on developing antibody therapeutics to fight with the COVID-19 from past several months. So a few months ago, I had an opportunity to interact with kids from Robbinsville Innovation Club. It was very interesting. So I shared my research overview with them. What I observed from there is two things. One is curiosity. The second thing is excitement. So I was able to interact with the kids from first grade to the 12th grade. All sorts of kids were there. And I'm amazed with their excitement and interest in new things. So, for example, I told them that I'm working with a chemical that is most commonly available in baby diapers. So we use that chemical and infuse it into the human tissues or human cells and make them bigger to see them more clearly in depth inside the tissue, so that we can diagnose diseases much more earlier stage, such as cancers. And immediately one first grader, I guess, first or second grader kid asked me a question about why do you think baby diapers swell? That means this kid already did an experiment, not as a baby, but also as a first grader. Once he grown up, he basically broke the diaper and threw it in the water and saw what is happening. So he doesn't know. He can see physically what's happening, but he doesn't know the reason behind it. He asked me that question. That's what is curiosity. That's more than enough to invent many, many novel things. That's one thing that I observed. And after a week or 2 weeks later, I have received an email from Yash Kode, one of the club students. He very well created a presentation that he wanted to educate his neighboring society about the COVID-19. He created a beautiful presentation. What is COVID-19? All that stuff. Okay, so I'm impressed. A 12th grader can create a presentation like this. This is called excitement. So these two things, they do great. I mean, I think, the club is doing amazing, educating the kids and bringing new people to introduce them, new technologies. So I would recommend to do the same thing, probably at least every couple of months, then introduce not only the scientists, but also physicists, mathematicians, computational scientists, all these different variety of people they can introduce. They can learn all different types of technologies, and then they can choose what they like, what they love, and then they can grow as a great, not only an individual, as a leader, as a great scientist. They can be whatever they want. So finally, I would like to, I wish all the best to all the kids of Robbinsville 4-H Innovation Club. And I congratulate all the parents for encouraging their kids. And I appreciate all the efforts from the volunteers taking their time from the weekend to contribute to this Robbinsville 4-H Club. And also one last thing that I would like to say is, I'm happy to help your club members to bring my friends to interact with your kids. And also, today I came to know that there is one more club opened here in our area in Ashland. I'm looking forward to interact with those kids as well. And finally, thank you so much for your invitation, time, and I wish the Makers Fair is going to be a great success. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just wanted to say one final thank you to all our speakers today. We really appreciate all of you taking your time to speak at our fair this weekend.
All right. Thank you all the participants. Thank you, Sumi and Roshni, for hosting the event, inviting all the guest speakers. I would like to request the brain behind this club, Mr. Ramprasad Bodicharla, to say a few words.
Thank you everybody for attending, taking time and attending this event. I really, I don't know what to say. Like we started as a small concept. This concept is not from my brain. This is like a life lessons from my mentors. It's all the different phases where like the people who I interacted, the work and the surroundings made me to do something back. Especially like I would like to thank you, my the mentor, Dr. S. Sudhakar Reddy sir. When I was in engineering second year, like towards the end, I get a chance to meet him, and then I asked him I would like to do so. He write a lot of research papers, presentations, and all. So he never means when I approached him, I never had a chance to go to the depth of the engineering and all. That's the time, like around 25 years ago, he gave me computer integrated manufacturing book and then said, go ahead and then read it. That inspired me. like, like by the time I finished engineering, like, we went like 8 times national and 3 times international papers. He planted that seed till now. It's keep helping me in job and everywhere, right? So then I like looked at it like the Dr. Ganji Abbas are like, we like both from the same village. He was first generation engineer from our village. Like, we all like, motivated to go towards engineering because of him. So he always to like, we heard the stories like, picking rural villages and then start during the summertime, run the like, training classes for competition exams. So he did it like, when I was a kid, like a 5th grade. Like, he, whenever he come to our village, like back from his engineering days, he used to run this, like what we are doing the summer camps. He used to bring his friends from the town, and then he used to train us for engineering competition exams. So like, these are the like, untold stories. So like, these are the people like, who basically like, motivated me. Then we started this club in the same principles of like, encourage every kid and whatever the area of their interest, and then add a little bit of technology and then motivate them. So that's where like over the period, like, with all the help of great mentors, we have it. Shukesh Garu and then Krishna. And then we have the club started from both the Loudoun County, Virginia. Madhavi and Kalyani, these are the leaders, and they've been working around the clock like the last couple of months. And then the club is amazing projects. Like when I was composing all the schedule and all, it's like, mind blowing in 1 year how they came up. And then we have the new club, like we started this year with UMass University from Ashland. Sandhya and MTV Subbu, they're the club leaders over there, and it's amazing. And then I hope all the kids going to enjoy the rest of the event. And then I would like to thank you, the Chad. He's like, and Altera, like, when we started joining with the club, like, amazing, like, I never like, I like Chad is always like, keep like, whatever we ask, he said it's available. Same with Altera, like, whatever, like we want to do it something different, they're always ready there. And then a lot of opportunities for the kids, like, we would like to do like more events. And then like, I get a chance to meet with Rachel in Atlantic City for the agriculture fair. And then like, we have a lot of STEM activities planning out to roll out. And then especially Hari Garu, like, I know Hari for a long time. Like, he's a board of director from JNTU Hyderabad. And when he want to do AI based training program through our club, we work together. Like, he's been there. Like, he always been motivating, like, innovation kind of things. He helped a lot to set up the one. And then soon after, like in a couple of like weeks, we are going to be ready to kick off the real training sessions in JNTU Hyderabad campus. Thank you, sir, for your help. And then regarding to the RDT, like we've been working last couple of months, like to what we can do. Like, there should be a platform, right? You keep doing innovation doesn't mean like, it's going to like, you make it and then keep it off the shelf, right? We need to have a platform where we can able to make use of these products, what we are doing it. So that's why all our projects are the kind of um, solve the social problems and then make use of it. So that's why if you see the problems, a lot of our things, they're all going to be make use of the community problems. So we are working with the RDT, not only like, training and then doing it, our end products, we make it available for the rural villages where they are helping it. So you will see the real usage of your innovation in the villages. So I'm really thank you, Andre and Sagar Garu. And there are few people behind this event. My classmate, Mr. Ram Krishna, he's amazing. Like, I don't know what to say. Like he's been like, connecting all our engineering classmates and a lot of people behind to raise amazing, like, almost like 20 lakhs during these days for RDT, like, the COVID hospital. And then it's like, all these people connected, like, it's not me who did it, like a lot of friends and like colleagues and everybody, they connected. And like our thanks Parjat and Dr. Mahendra Garu and Sanjeev, that they're the industry experts. We are trying to connect our kids with their work environment. So then it's not just we train it, right? They have to have the platform where they can go and then, like, experience it. Like Sanjeev, he like, he came and then he joined our club as a mentorist, and then he's teaching, like, kids how to do the research. And then Mahendra Garu is, thanks for inviting us to our kids to come and visit your lab and all. I'm really, like, thrilled to see the kids innovation, like, from today and tomorrow. And thanks a lot. And then last, I don't want to forget it, Janet, like, she, like, we have been working with Janet for like a couple of years, and you see the result. The club leaders and youth leadership program is an effort of Janet. Like a lot of our kids attend her, like, youth leadership programs. And then Janet, the club kids, the way they performed, and they've been running during this COVID time, the presentation and all is just because of how you trained them. We trained in technology, but we didn't train them in the leadership. But you trained them the leadership and how to take care of the kids. So we really thank you for that. And then like we're going to run more events and more programs. Thanks for everybody for attending this event.
Thank you, Mr. Ramprasad, for sharing your thoughts and ideas. Next, as we discussed, I don't know if you heard us mention about Robbinsville Innovation Club signing an MOU with VFF. As we are not able to meet in person, we're trying to do a virtual MOU sign. So our club president, Ms. Roshni, is going to sign on our behalf. And may I ask Roshni to show the signed paper? Give me 1 second. Let me share. Okay, please, yeah. Okay.
And I just signed it too. Thank you, Sukesh.
Yeah, let me show you as well, Andre.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we hope this will take us to the next step where we all can work together to help the community.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Ram and Sukesh, for coming forward to catch up with us and collaborate with us. And thanks, Andrew, for signing the agreement today. It's a great day in our history. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yep. So in a couple of minutes, we're gonna all start sharing our projects. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'm gonna hand back to Ms. Roshni to run the show.
So a final thank you to all the guest speakers. Thank you, Mr. Dave Freed, our mayor, for giving us the opportunity to meet in Pond Road Middle School. We couldn't have gotten where we are without you. And with that, I think we are ready to begin our first annual Robbinsville Innovation Club Virtual Maker Fair. Please join your hands together for all the club's inventions and projects. And yeah, everyone, let's start. So before we start, I would like to ask all the club members, whether they're presenting or not, to just turn on their cameras so that way it can be like a little more interactive, you know? And the first project will be Anish Marawa from Ashland Innovation 4-H Club, and he will be presenting the automatic self-watering plant project. So give a round of applause to Anish.
Can you guys see my slides?
Yeah, we can see it.
Hi everyone, my name is Anish Marupa. I'm from the Ashland Innovation 4-H Club, and today I'll be presenting my automatic self-watering plant project. Today we'll be discussing about what problems I'm solving, why did I choose to do this project, components used, and how it works. Why did I choose to do this project? I chose to do this project because plants die for many reasons. Sometimes plants die because of too much water and too less water. Sometimes people forget to water their plants. Sometimes when people go for a vacation, they can't take care of their plants. This happened to my family. Once we went for a vacation for 10 days, and when we came back home, most of our plants were sick and were about to die. Can you guys wait? It's not allowing me to go to the next slide.
Yeah, sure, take your time.
Yep, as you all know, technology always gives us a challenge. So, yep, please be patient. We should be back in a second.
Yeah, press escape and go to non-presentation mode and then move it. Then you can go to presentation mode.
What problems am I solving? With my project, I'm preventing plants from dying with too much water and too less water. I'm saving water, people's time, and money.
Anish, it's fine. I mean, take your time. We are good. I know you are the first presenter, so it's always been nervous. The first is always the challenge. So take your time. We are all good.
My solution to these problems. I thought it would be helpful if there was a product that could detect the plant's water level and automatically water the plant when needed. Components used: Arduino board, a soil moisture sensor, DC motor, breadboard, motor drive chip, power supply module, 9-volt battery, 9-volt adapter, 9 male-to-male jumper wires, and 10 female-to-male deep weight wires.
Sorry, guys. I don't know where this is coming from.
Apple's been very fortunate. It's been able to introduce a few of these in the world. 1984, we introduced the Macintosh.
Is anybody playing?
It changed the whole computer industry.
I did.
In 2001.
Sorry, everybody. We don't know what's happening. Give us 1 second. We'll try to address it.
It didn't just change the way we all listen to music. It changed the entire music. Well, today, we're introducing 3 revolutionary products.
I hope we are not hacked.
The first one.
Can you guys hear me? On the thing.
Yeah, we can hear you.
The second is a revolutionary mobile phone.
I think we've been, looks like a hack. Now let's give us a minute. We are going to clear the people, identify, and then we will start it. Okay, just.
I think
is a breakthrough internet communications device. So, 3 things: widescreen iPod with touch controls, revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet. A phone.
Sorry, can you mute?